Okay, I start the recording. So, what our material about? Learning, learning what? I forgot.
If I'm not mistaken, it's like some kind
Like,
of or teaching style.
is it teaching style?
Yeah, kind of like how language.
Like the style, the
Language
strategies, and
language learner.
motivation. Oh yeah, language learner, right? So maybe you guys can start
Yes,
first
strategies and motivation.
about, yeah. Um, maybe I will start first about the style. So in style, I find that there is three style, like sensory styles, cognitive styles, and personality styles. And in the sensory styles, there is three types, like visual, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. So visual is you learn by seeing, and auditory you learn by hearing, and also kinesthetic you learn by doing. And there is also cognitive style. Actually, in the cognitive style, there is like for example, like global and specific or detail focus. And I forgot, but yeah, cognitive styles, and there's also personality styles. So it's like introvert and extrovert style. So maybe in the introvert, we prefer doing or learn by like individually, but in for extrovert, maybe they prefer to learn in group because yeah, it's matched with their energy, something like that. And yeah, that's for style. Maybe you guys can share also about style first.
For styles. Oh, maybe I
Yeah.
can add something.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, in the personality preference, personality styles, there's like abstract abstract and intuitive, if I'm not mistaken, versus concrete and sequential. So for abstract and intuitive one, is like a learner uh, try to find some clues or keywords in the text, and then there depends on their background knowledge to uh, find what is the text about. So what is the text? It's not in it is not in explicitly stated in the text, so they depends on their background knowledge to find what is intended, like the implicit one. Then for versus the concrete and sequential one, the learner also try to find the clues or keywords of the text, but they're not depends on the bigger knowledge, so it's kind of frustrated for them because the this kind of learner try to see things or find the what the context of the text based on what is explicitly stated in the text. So that's from me. Maybe the others can add.
Oh, me too. I would like to add something to the discussion. So on our today's topic is talking about the language learner. As we already discussed last week, we learned about how the language should be teach to the students, and now we learn about the students itself. So there's three part, if I'm not mistaken. Here there are learning the learners the one that you guys already talk about the style, and then there's also strategic, and the last one, if I'm not mistaken, about the uh I kind of forgot.
Motivation.
three part that we can discuss here. So uh, I learned about the material that in order to teach language into a learner, we will have different approaches because everyone is not the same. There are people who learn better with audio visual. Me, for example, I really like to learn language through video instead of reading books. But there's also people who learn through visual only, who people who want to read books and a lot of novels, for example. And there's also people who like to learn language through audio. For example, those who learn the language through music. I suppose you guys already found that three kind of people who learn language. And it's also true that learning is also based on whether they are introvert or extrovert and all other aspect, because at the end, uh, people will have different motivation to learn language. Oh yeah, that's the third one, motivation. So when we are learning something, when we want to learn something, for example, we willingly to learn about applied linguistics, but we don't have any motivation to learn. So it's kind of useless the knowledge that we have, because we will never understand it because we don't have the motivation to go and understand about the material. So yeah, I guess that's all from my understanding. You already explained about cognitive one, about the visual, about the audio, and I think that's all from
For the motivation one, there's like what I get is that there's like three kinds of motivations. The one that is where like interest the interest and the goal are kind of interlinked, intertwined. And then there's the one that where you motivate yourself because you were bored, like you need some distraction, so you learn what you want to learn. And then there's the one that you kind of determine if you will stay motivated to learn this stuff. Maybe in the near future, like you won't lose your interest in this topic, etc., etc. Yeah, that's probably all for me.
I also agree with all of you opinion, guys, that learning language is how we prefer how people prefer to learn the language. There are three main types, like um sensory styles, cognitive styles, and personality styles. And mostly people um by sensory styles, by visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Like they using their like by seeing, hearing, and then doing, like with their gesture or some or another. And cognitive style is uh, honestly, I really don't. I really um not understand about the cognitive styles. Anybody can explain about cognitive style, so we can move about
it.
the personality styles.
Oh yeah, the
Uh,
cognitive. If I'm not mistaken, if we try to learn about the cognitive first, cognitive is the ability to connect our understanding into other understanding. So, based on my readings, cognitive style is like when this teacher kind of related their experience to the students so they can understand more. For example, when we want to learn about let take example tenses, we cannot learn or like we can what is it, just use the 16 tenses like just one night. We cannot do that, but the teacher will say something like, if you want to say something in the past, you use the second one. If you want to use the present, it's mean when you do something. But if you are doing it or you are just doing it, it will be the, what is it, present continuous. So they kind of related the experience of the knowledge into other experience, so the students can uh make the concept make sense by themselves. Yeah, that kind of understanding.
Okay, thank you, for your explanation. Anybody add some addition?
I would like to add. So in this material, I have read about. I still confused about like female and about gender. Different gender. Like female have uh easily have ability to connect like learn something new easily, but um I think it depends. Like it's still about personality. Just like it's not just like female, but still like with male. And also I think every individuals have a different like ability to understand and also like to get to catch something new. And so do you think guys is it like depends on like a gender, it's demonstrate the ability just like um female. Do you accept that?
In my opinion, I personally didn't accept that because I think if you say that a female is more better in learning, right? You said like that. Maybe it depends on environment, I guess. Maybe the woman have more, like in environment we can learn, especially about language, more. I don't know. Male don't have a change like us more to learn about language, except they are in that major about language. In my opinion, okay. Uh, I think many people have a same change to learn about language. So I think it depends on their environment, not because their gender. I guess. Maybe you guys have opinion about that.
I think that one is a like complicated situation because sometimes there are things that might be make me easier to do for a certain gender, but I think it also comes down to where like how they grew up, like their environment growing up. So 50-50 for me. Okay. I'm
I
sorry, what I mean is like, oh, okay. Fine. Okay, what I mean is uh, like, for example, men have more muscles, like have more testosterone than women, and how like maybe like the brain, our brain is also different how from our male brain, kind of like yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that the gender, two genders doesn't really have the same expertise or weaknesses. So yeah, that's why sometimes it could be language could be easier for women because again maybe their genetics is just far better on that than yeah.
I
Add
also
something.
inputty suggestion is it like it because by the reason of environment while like we we are between and like support system so it will be better to learn something new not just like learn language but others new so and also um in sensory suddenly learners using these strategies to learn or by hearing like music listening to music and also like watching television like watching movies with subtitle and because like about the technology learners could be can be learn something new about the grammar of course and also like sentence and the slang like just like that.
That I want to add about strategies. Strategies. Yeah. There is learning strategies and language use strategies, right? So learning strategies is how we understand about the language. Like we learning about we analyze about grammar, memorizing vocabulary, something like that. And there is also language use strategies. So it's how we use language in real communication. So there is retrieval, rehearsal, communication strategies, and also cover strategies. And retrieval is when you how you remembering words when you communicate, something like that, I guess. And rehearsal, wait, yeah, rehearsal is when you practicing the language. And there is also communication strategy. So it's how you solve the problem, like paraphrasing. And then there is also cover strategies. It's about how you hiding gaps in your knowledge. Maybe you guys can add more about the strategies one, because yeah, we more talk about the style. Have you guys read about the strategies? Strategies.
I'm sorry. I think like you guys, you got it. Maybe my understanding is wrong. My understanding is wrong. But what I found in the material, the strategy is not about how we learn about the language. It's about how we
Oh,
choose the correct strategy to the learner.
okay.
For example, like it's possible for them to I like to the quote from our lecturer that some people really like to learn by memorizing vocabulary, but others who really like to learn by choosing the daily conversation as the base knowledge. So it's like how we choose the correct strategy to the learner so they can learn better. I thought like it's not about how we learn it, but how do we choose the correct strategy to the correct learner so they can learn better. Maybe my understanding is wrong, but that's what I found in the material though.
Okay. Yep. What are our material? Maybe you guys can add something.
uh I would like to recall your what is it, your sharing before about rehearsal, and the other one is about like something like dictate, right? When the teacher say something and the students repeat it,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. That's the correct strategy to the correct students. For example, we cannot use the daily conversation to the primary school students. They cannot understand it. They still don't understand about the language. So we need to do is the dictate version when we say some sentence and they repeat it, or we say some words and they repeat it, so they can understand it by make it by what is it, by the teacher understanding they repeat it over and over again until they understand. But for the uh, advanced student, for example, like high school students, college students, we usually use the discussion, the daily conversation, and other things. We are not dictate the whole understanding to the students, like because they already have a working brain to think by themselves. If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Do you guys wonder about the personality between the introvert and extrovert uh, individuals? Like, do you wonder how introverts one learn learning languages? Is there just like listening to music or just doing by their self, or do you have any ideas? Just like introvert, like they just you communicate with some others, and also like uh so very extro, and also making like ideas and changing it, and also sharing something thought.
Um, in my opinion, for introvert and extrovert, introvert maybe they like uh, because they have energy when they are alone. So maybe if they can choose, they will choose to learn it by themselves. But actually, I'm personally I'm an introvert, but I enjoy also with the others. But it's a bit drain my energy, something like that. And but I in for extrovert maybe they can learn um, more focus if they can sharing the ideas with the others. But maybe introvert can also do that, but they will drain their energy faster. But for extrovert, yeah, it's they more enjoy to learn when they with others, so they can share their ideas, something like that. Like they like to do discussions like this. But yeah, something, yeah, that's all my opinion about introvert and extrovert style.
Yeah, I also uh, agree with this uh, opinion about how the different introvert styles and extrovert styles, like maybe introvert style is prefer to they're doing by themselves, like their practice will be just speaking with themselves, and maybe in extrovert is prefer to having more interact to other people, like they're having dialogue or they're having community to discuss about the language. What about the Mindo opinion? Is that satisfying about our discussion or not?
Forgot to open his mic window.
What?
Do you listen to Gita's what Gita
Yeah.
say? Okay,
Yes.
I thought you forgot to turn on your mic. Okay, so what next? Maybe I want to ask you guys about do you guys agree about the younger learner learn more faster than the older one? Actually, we discussed it last meeting, but do you guys have opinion? Like, do you think what the what we call it? Yeah, like the advantage the young yeah the difference between younger and older, because most people say that the younger they will pronounce like the wait I forgot but the younger can get the language more better than the older, but the older can pronounce the language more properly. They will understand the detail about the grammar. So but what do you guys think about this, about the younger and older learner? What the difference between them? Maybe you guys can share.
I think for me first, okay, deh. So for me, I think there's the advantage for the younger learner because in this material, I think this in the characteristic, if I'm not mistaken, the age, what the age. So it is state that the younger learner, uh, because their their brain maybe still fresh from uh, uh, the other, so it's more easier for them to learning a new language, to acquire a new language, a second language maybe, uh, and then it's a higher percentage for them to become like a native speaker rather than the adults one. But it doesn't mean that when you are in your older age, it doesn't mean that you cannot acquire a new language. But maybe it's more difficult because you hit your puberty, and then maybe your cognitive ability is not as good as when you are younger. I think that's from my opinion.
Do you want to take this one?
So I think in childhood, they just learn something new by the reason of they just enjoy learn something new because they still have they still child, and like uh like didn't get bored because like in adult they just like repeat like in the elementary school and also in middle school, like still repeat that and also feels like bored. But in adult, um they have advantage because they have many experience by managing their emotion and also managing time, and also like um adult who can speak three or two more languages, so they can uh, easily to make like learning strategies easily and like simple. So and also the adult can be cat um like communicate with others because they have to and also need to grow by the reason of their age.
Mhm. Do you guys want to add something about about the older learner and younger learner? Okay, maybe that's all. And what do you guys? We have point like language aptitude. So it's like when people learn language, they have natural ability, or we call it a talent. And what make them different? Like what make them different? So do you guys agree? Like the people with the talent with about language, they will learn about language more faster than usual people. So what do you guys think about this? About the talent to learn about the language. So they have talent or natural ability. Do you guys agree that they will have more advantages than people that learn from zero? Maybe you
I
guys
think
agree.
yes, because language aptitude itself is like a gift, potential, or talent that someone have to acquire acquire a new language. It's more easy high aptitude. It's become like yeah, like you said, there it's like advantage for them to learn a new language more easier. And then someone with low aptitude, maybe they just average, uh, average like that. Acquire a new language. Maybe someone with a low aptitude, maybe they have uh, another strategies for them to require the language more easier. Maybe from the strategies they choose what suit them best, and then maybe they have my opinion.
What about you guys? What the others about language aptitude?
What I get is that high aptitude is kind of like someone who's genius at a language maybe like they can pick up a language easier, much easier than average people. And then well, mastering the language takes like really not as much effort. Basically, not as much effort and energy that they need to spend to learn that language. And yeah, they learn it faster than low aptitude or average person. The low aptitude one is that uh, learn which is kind of really hard for them. Like, mm, as like high altitude, more like an automatic. You can automatically understand a language, but in a low altitude person, it takes really great effort for them to understand the language. Uh, yeah, so high altitude basically your brain is already kind of code, no, not coded, kind of yeah, coded lah. So your brain is kind of like already coded for learning a language, while low aptitude it's not it doesn't match language learning basically. Yeah.
But what language aptitude? Mm, what else? What we are going to talk about? Uh, yeah, in okay, maybe I will share my opinion about language aptitude. So I agree with you guys that said people with low aptitude maybe they will learn about language more low, more yeah, but they will have strategies as long as they have the strategies and motivation to learn about that language. Maybe yeah, it's possible to them to yeah to success with to learn about the language. So as long as they have their own strategies, because like Bang Adi said, we have different strategy, different styles, but yeah, they are connected because if we have our style, we have our strategies. So that lead our success to learn about the language. So yeah, I agree that talent is not the what yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah, talent is not only yeah only thing that we have to think about, because yeah, people can learn, people can they have their own strategies to learn about language. Yeah, I agree with you guys. So yeah, what what else? Maybe you guys have something in your mind about this material. Actually, I don't know what else I'm going to say.
So in the material, actually, there's back to the strategies. There's like cognitive strategies, metacognitive, and then affective also with social strategies. So maybe you guys who understand about it can explain it, because I don't got what is this from the material. I think it's kind of important.
My opinion about I think it's that the of category of strategy, right? Um, so the cognitive one, like we explained before, is about how we uh thinking and processing the language, and metacognitive is when you do, for example, like you're planning and monitoring about the language, and uh the social one is yeah how you use strategies when you communicating with other people, how you interacting with others with that language. And that's all I know about this, because I don't read that much. I don't read this point that much. Maybe you guys can add more about the cognitive, metacognitive, and social strategies.
Social strategies is about like presentation, I think, isn't it? It's like in making discussion.
Ah, uh, I don't think so. Is that is because like the cognitive, the metacognitive, and social one, I don't I don't get that.
Yeah, I think the social one, yeah, social. So it's kind of to you choose the way you choose the language to interact or communicate with others. That's social. But the three one, I don't really understand. For effective strategies, maybe if I'm not mistaken, it's like it's related to your emotion. Like maybe, for example, there's a interview in a second language for your job, and then you, rather than to thinking about the grammatical error, you just try to talk with you have a positive self talk about the uh what message you try to convey later. I think that's it on a second. So maybe you guys have another opinion, Ade, Aisha, Dwi, or the others.
Yeah, I think the four strategies uh steps is like cognitive is more about the how we think about how we have a thinking and then we practice about our learning. And metacognitive is uh like how we got a plan to planning like the strategies, and then we having planning and then we checking about the learning, the way how we learn about the language. And then like Kak Fadila said before, the affective is that about the controlling emotions, like that sentences in the language many having a tone in what they want to confess about their emotions, right? So we learn about how we confess the sentences, and then we relate it with what the message we want to tell about them. And then the last one is social. In social is, I think it's talking about how we learn and we apply the language with other. Maybe like, for example, how we having discussion or having dialogue with others using in the second language. I think that's a simple about the four styles, four strategy styles.
I really like to add something, but to be honest, my reading is not reaching that part yet. So genuinely, I'm still like don't know about the metacognitive and socialist. But if we base on the what we learned so far, I think socialist style even it's kind of like I don't know. I cannot remember a thing about it.
But the part of motivation, do you guys agree that mm, motivation it depends on our environment? When our motivation to learn about language, it depends on like our environment, like how the teacher teach them about the language. That depends on that, or yeah, where usually people get motivation, like maybe in environment or something. Maybe you guys, what do you guys think about the motivation
The
part?
environment.
Maybe when the people seeing about the experience, the person who have impact by learn the second language, like the Indonesian who uh, having study in American or Australia. I think like they having motivated by other experience.
I read about motivation before, but it's not in this class. It's in on the other class. What I found that motivation usually appear randomly. It's almost randomly. For example, have you ever like watching a Korean drama or maybe watching a movie about Harry Potter or something, and then you wonder like, what the hell is this guy is talking about? I want to know. I want to know what they are talking about, and I want to use their language because that's what happened to me in my primary school. I honestly like playing games and Counter Strike if you are familiar. And there's like some comment to when we ask our troops to go to fight. So I want to know what is it about. So I asked my teacher that is not an English teacher, but he have an English language proficiency. So he tell me about it, and I get hooked instantly. And then that become my motivation to learn about English language, and then that motivation grow eventually. I think all of people have their own motivation, whether it's like I want to know about this one, I want to talk to this person, I want to be equal to this person or something like that. So it's almost appear randomly and simultaneously.
Kind of like a mix of environment and also the random thing that Ade said earlier. Because what motivates me to learn English is basically like because I grew up watching English media. And well, once it clicks to me what they are saying, I want to learn more. Uh, and then also because I'm trying to learn if it's Norwegian language because one of my favorite artists is one of my favorite singer is from Norwegia, and there's this one song that she made in purely in a Norwegian language. I forgot what the language called, but yeah, all of it from the start to the finish, it's all Norwegian, and when I listen to that song, it's really beautiful, and I really want to. It makes me want to learn the language itself. Yeah.
Oftenly, learners also need adaptation because like personally, when I was in the first like in the college, I felt like I didn't I didn't like um suit um in this major. So like after the second semester and the third semester, I felt like um just like it it suits me, just like mixing these majors with me, and also it didn't make me feel like depressed. And also like we have as learners we need time, and also adaptation. So I think like personally, not just because like motivation, but we still have an adaptation.
Actually, I agree with everything you guys said. That maybe because the motivation come from the environment, or it come up just randomly, and then maybe because you already what is it? Yeah, like that. And also motivation, because of that motivation called like this dynamic system, because it's always changing and interfere with everything else. Like for me back then, when I heard someone speaking English, I think wow, that's guy. So it's so cool when he speak English, and then I motivate to learn English back then, and then like right now because I already learn English, I already speaking in English. Maybe it's I changing my motivation. But right now maybe my motivation to be better in English to get a job with a good job, maybe in the other countries with high salary, maybe kind of that. So it's motivation. So it's always it's come up randomly. It's always changing and it's interfere with everything else. Maybe that's for me.
To share about your motivation also, I want to share my motivation, but actually in the elementary school, I never learned specific language. Like I don't have a specific subject to learn about language, and but in the junior high school, I don't know why. Maybe because when I was kid, I always watch movies with English, something like that, and in the junior high school, because of my teacher said that my English is good, but I don't know. But in this college, I don't think so because many people have more English better, and um yeah, in the junior high school, because my teacher say that my English is motivated, and I learn more about language because in this elementary school I never learn like learn in the class, something like that. But I watch movie. But and after that in the junior high school I get good grade in the but in English especially. And in the high school there is also English subject, but my motivation is different because yeah, like Kak Dila said, motivation it can be changed. In the high school, I just want to go to college that with English on them. But in the college, I want to learn English because I want to get a job. I want to get a high salary for from that job. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that statement. Like said, motivation change over time because people change. Okay, that's all for me about motivation. Do you guys have anything to add? Maybe we can done our discussion.
How much longer is the recording?
Actually, I don't know how much longer I recording because the time start when we join this room, right? Who's the last person joining this room? Maybe we can.
We start the recording at 9:08, so it's already been 54 minutes. So it's already enough.
Yeah, I think that's enough,
Yeah.
guys. Maybe we
Yeah.
get
Yeah, I think
and
that's enough.
finish our.
We already talked all the topic about this top about this one until motivation. I think that's enough if you guys don't have something to say.
Hmm,
Okay.
okay. Do you guys have anything? If no, maybe that's all for today. Thank you very much to joining this group discussion. Yeah. Maybe you guys can prepare for our intergroup because we don't know. Next week maybe our turn. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much. I start
Bye
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
record.